Well, it's been a pretty rocky day, but turning out to be a decent evening out there. Mostly sunny skies across Benton County. 75 degrees. Gosh, hard to beat that, right? Winds have shifted out of the west. Our air is a bit more stable than it was earlier in the day. In Fort Smith, currently looking at a partly cloudy sky out there. Nice sunset off in the distance. 77. Winds still a bit out of the south. That's going to continue to transition out of the west over the next several hours. As we scan the skies above us, we're not finding a whole lot of much here in our neck of the woods. The bulk of the activity has now shifted largely out of the area, although we have a few spotty showers moving through parts of southern Scott, eastern Johnson County. That's likely going to be it. Now, this red polygon here, that's a flash flood warning. That's not going to expire until those streams and rivers are allowed to calm down, right? A lot of water over the last couple of hours. These storms that moved through this zone dumped about 3 to 4 inches of rain, so there were some flash flooding issues there. As we take a look at what's next, going into the next several hours, clear skies go into the overnight hours. In fact, we'll actually probably see some stars out there tonight. Clouds will build back in from the south to the north, and by tomorrow morning we'll have rain building back in as well. At times it could be moderate to heavy, although a lot of it's probably going to be on the lighter side of things. Probably a few claps of thunder out there. There's a low potential of some severe storms in the morning. That chance goes up to about like a medium category by tomorrow afternoon. This is 11:30, and we'll have some spotty to scattered thunderstorms out there, and that's probably going to continue on and off into your afternoon hours. The risk zones look like this. This is going to be for tomorrow, right? We're no longer concerned with tonight. Level 1 in Northwest Arkansas, that's going to be in green. So we're on the lower side of things. Overall, tomorrow is going to be a lower risk than it was out there today. A risk nonetheless, though. We'll watch it to be safe. Level 2 in yellow, level 3 there in orange. When you peel back the layers on what makes up this risk zone, it's primarily going to be hail and wind, yet again, much like what we saw out there today. With that said, as you can of course see on the left side of your screen, there is going to be at least a low potential of a couple of tornadoes. I don't expect many, but we'll track all those cells just to be on the safe side. Going into Friday, chance of severe weather does increase a bit. You'll notice that level 3, it's a bit more broad encompassing area in orange, level 2 here in yellow, level 1 there in green. There's a lot of uncertainty with what each day is going to hold, and a lot of it has to do with the domino effect. What happens today dictates tomorrow. What happens tomorrow dictates the next day. Where there is a higher degree of certainty is the fact that we're going to see a decent amount of rain, maybe a little bit too much in a short period of time. Overall, the big footprint hasn't changed much. You can see we're certainly still expected to see a respectable amount. Northwest Arkansas, my numbers haven't changed. Really, my numbers haven't changed anywhere, but I did make some minor adjustments to the zones, very minor, if you will. 3 to 5 inches is going to be common from Fayetteville through Bella Vista, back towards Salem Springs, over towards Eureka Springs, even Clifty and Huntsville and Hinesville. You get into the River Valley, I think 4 to 7 is going to be common from Poto up towards Sallisaw, over through Cass, back towards Knoxville, extending into the southern portions of the River Valley. You get into the Ouachitas, we're a little bit closer to that active storm track. We're closer to where that front's going to stall out. That's where the heavier rain's going to be, 5 to 8 inches. Like, not everybody gets 3 and 4 and 8, 5, and not everybody gets 5, 7, and 8. There's a range there, right? So those numbers are going to vary just a bit. Whatever you get, it's enough for some flooding. Weather Service out of Tulsa, go ahead and following suit as they said they would, issuing a flood watch. So everybody in the 5 News viewing area is under a flood watch. That's going to run through at least Sunday. We'll see if those rivers and streams can't come down quick enough and we can allow that to expire on Sunday. 7-day forecast shakes out like this. 60% chance of on and off rain showers, even a few claps of thunder tomorrow in Northwest Arkansas. Better chance of rain and unfortunately some severe storms to round out the work week. We'll maintain a good chance of a good soaking rain on your Saturday as well. Things do finally come to an end by Sunday, but as it comes to an end, our temperatures are going to be a little bit cooler, and you're really going to want to watch for some frost freeze potential if you're a gardener of sorts. 32 Monday morning, 36 in the afternoon. Next week, high pressure builds back in, and I'll be very thankful to see that high pressure build back in, because you know why? Well, it's going to keep us dry, it's going to keep us quiet, and our temperatures back in those comfortable low to mid 70s out there. So we're going to go from a very active weather pattern, and I've heard that term active weather pattern my entire career. I'm not quite sure I've ever seen a week that like better fits the definition of active pattern than this one. And next week shaping up to be just the opposite.
Okay. All right. Scott, thanks.